Today I'm gonna show you how I make my drawer box for my daughter's closet. There's a lot of ways to do it, but this is the most comfortable way for me. In this video, I'm gonna show you the step-by-step how to. There's a lot of numbers, so please bear with me. I hope you'll understand the words that I'm saying here. And let's begin. This is my box. It's 14 and 1/8 by 8 by 24. And the thickness of the MDF board is 3/4. Next, we're doing the cut list. Wait, I'll show you this so that I can explain it well. So, this is 14 and 1/8. This is the front board. And the side is not 24 anymore because I minus the thickness of this board and the other board, so which is 3/4 and another 3/4 there, so it's 1.5. So 24 minus 1.5 is 22.5. So the depth of this board, the length of this board is 22.5, and the height is 8. Everything is 8. But the overall length of this box is still 24. Also, one important thing to consider is you need to put 1/2 inch space both sides from the case to the box for the sliders. So 1/2. And you can do your distance here, whatever you want, whatever depth you want, but make sure to have 1/2 inch both sides. And obviously my drawer opening is 15 and 1/8. So this is our final cut list. 14 and 1/8 by 8 times 2. This is times 2, not by 2. 22.5 by 8 times 2. Next, we're going to make a dado or a groove for the bottom 1/4 plywood to sit in. And the thickness of the plywood is 1/4. So we're gonna make a 1/4 wide and 1/4 inch deep. So first we're going to measure half distance from the bottom. It's 8. And then you go down 1/2. There. I just use a pencil because pencil is usually 1/4, so that's the height of the blade. This is the first pass. It's 1/8. One more and we're good to go. Let all the boards pass first before moving your blade so that you have a uniform dado. After the first pass, I move the blade just 1/8 and then double check. For me it's too tight, so I adjust it to make it wider. Next, we're going to cut the bottom part, which is a plywood. It's a 1/4 thick. And to figure out what's the size of the plywood you need to cut, you need to figure out what's the inner dimension. So the inner dimension is 22.5. The length, the depth, and then the width is 12 and 5/8. Why 12 and 5/8? Because it was here, it was 14 and 1/8. So you need to minus the thickness of both sides, which is 3/4. The thickness of the board is 3/4. So 3/4 plus 3/4 is 1.5. 14 and 1/8 minus 1.5 equals 12 and 5/8. Now this is not yet the cut list. We put a groove here, which is 1/4. So you need to add another 1/4 both sides, every sides. 22.5 plus 1/4 this side and 1/4 this side, so it's 1/2. So 22.5 plus 1/2 equals 23. 12 and 5/8 plus 1/2 equals 13 and 1/8. So that's the dimension of the cut list. 23 by 13 and 1/8. You saw me shredding this bottom plywood because it's a bit thicker, it's a bit wide, so I just cut the edges just a hair a bit to make it smaller, to make it perfectly fit inside this one. So I like this one better. As you see, it's really flash squared. Also this side, no gap here. For me as a beginner, the lesson here is not everything that you write, you calculate, you do in your cut list is the same thing that will happen to your actual material, because there's an errors in your pen, in your saw blade, your tape measure, your ruler. So you need to double check everything and do the adjustment after you measure to make it work. You also need to think which part is seen, which part do you want to be exposed, so that you can hide your screws. So in my case, I didn't use pocket holes because pocket holes will have holes either way, either side. So I do it right here and right here. I'm gonna cover the facing, and this side, same thing, it's facing to the other side of the wall.